It have passed by 12 o'clock in the night, so it's have started to be December 16, 2023. But I wanted to, even if it's late, I wanted to talk about something. I don't think it's so very important, but I want to talk about it anyway. And then I tell you that I was to the doctor today, so that's why the time of the day be a little confused, because I sleep 3 hours after I come back from the doctor. But it was I don't remember how it come to. I think it was Facebook, a post, and it was about the human race. And I know now it was in the news that they say they had to find one more human race, very old, and it's only a fragment of. It's not full bodies. It's pieces of it, and then when they do the puzzle of what they have found, they see that they didn't fit into what they know already about human race, and it's very confusing for many people. Even some people think that everything started with Jesus, and then some people think it started with Adam and Eve in a human form, and it doesn't fit into it because Jesus, seeing it in a long run, that there have been existed people for at least 60,000 years ago, and Jesus was a little like 2,000 years from now. So it have been many human race between Jesus and the first human that was here on earth. And that's the Bible is talking about it. It tells us that we should not read the Bible in the body, in what we know about the world. We should read the Bible in the Spirit, and the Spirit is truth, it says. It doesn't say that we should read the Bible as we read an ordinary book. It should be a special, and it's for you also that study other holy books like Quran, that it should be not in a body form. It need to be in a spirit form, because more and more they discover that this planet is older than what they have thought it should be in the past. And now with the the new tools we have to measure generation years in things we find, and also that some animals, some creatures, some trees and living things, they have exist in other places than what the science have thought, because we have got so much more tools to measure it. And we can travel all over the world, up in the air, and then take picture of it, scan it deep down to see all the layers of the soil, and go down in the mountain and find things that open up our world. And I know there is some fake also, that they make up, also place old things inside a cave, a new cave, to fool people to get the money. So it's very sad when they take away and make up some stories, and not living the truth, only because they want the money. And so the question is, the thinking I had today about this with Jesus, that it is, I think it was 8 human race that exists today also in some forms and mixed, and but the one that we have is the strongest. It have survived everything and is in us, and we have left behind other human race. And I had a thinking about this with aliens, that it can be something from way before our time, before Jesus' time, way back before Adam and Eve, that they are coming back, or they had disappeared somewhere here on this planet, and then showing up for some people, that they want them to know they still are here, exist. And maybe some people say they're coming out from deep caves, or they can come from another planet. I don't know. I was on this this man to help me to find out. I was in the 2018. I was in, you know what I am going, I try to find the word for it. I was in heaven, and I when I come to him that should make the hypnosis, now I find the word, that should do the hypnosis, he asked me what he wanted me to ask. Ask this, what will come from the hypnosis. And if I didn't have anything to say, then he should help me with questions to those that I meet. But he didn't expect me to be in heaven and to go into those caves that was in the hypnosis. So it was not much he could help me, because I was self-going in the hypnosis. And I was there and first time, and he asked, what do you want to know in the hypnosis? First 2 or 3 times I was to him and talked to him, and for him to know if I was mentally sick. Then he couldn't do hypnosis on me because it's dangerous. It can make a mentally sick person go worse in the sickness. So we did that first, and he found out I was okay to do a hypnosis on. And then he asked me the first time, is it something you want me to ask in the hypnosis? Is it something you want to know in the hypnosis you have question about? And I say I have 2 things. And the first is that I had God coming to me in year 2000. And first when he was talking to me, I saw a clock in the air. And then when it was ended of me that God was talking to me, I saw a clock again, and it had going 2.5 hours. And when I talked to God, it was like we talk not more than 10 minutes, but the clock showing me that it had going 2.5 hours. And I want to know what happened in that 2.5 hours. Where was I? What did we do? What did God say? What did God show me? I want to know that, I say. And the second is what this with aliens are, I say to him. But it was a little too scary to ask him. But he say, I do this with the time that was going away, these 2.5 hours. I start with that, and then we can do another time about aliens. And so I go down in a hypnosis, and he placed me on a bench at a running water, and a bench, and I was sitting there by myself. And that's how it started. every time he placed me at the bench at the water and he left me there. And then I have to do my own things in the hypnosis. And I did. And I was walking to different places. I was walking into caves. And so I got the answer, and you can listen at it on my podcast because I have it recorded talking about it, everything, in Hypnosis 2018. And now I have not got the answer of aliens, even if they were the first one that come to me. And it was when it started already in the 60s, but really started in 1978, like that. And my son was two years old, so I know he's born 1975. So I know it was between 77 and 78 when the aliens really come and touch me and make me do some training in psychology ways. How I have told you, they teach me how to sit in the air, and they took me out from my home and showing me this place where it looked like Jerusalem, and so they showed me the afterlife and heaven, and in that time I didn't know God. I come to start to understand there is a God in year 2000, not before that. But aliens have I had contact with before. So now when I talking now, do I find out? But I don't really know if it's really true. But that time that have been, that aliens was before God. They come, what is it, 12 years before God come, like that. And they showing me Jerusalem. So it had with God to do, but they wanted to be before him in some way, and that maybe have with time to do. That they were first to this planet before God, and it is about time, because in the spirit there is no time, but in the body is it time. You can't live so much longer in your body. You can live about, the longest living is around 110, like that. And then no one live longer than that. What they showing is only fake things, because the real person, oldest person, have been around 110 years old. So there is a limit of of how you can live when you are in the body. But if you are in the spirit and have no body, you can live forever. So, and I know that it have been, I have met people that doesn't have any opening for the spirit to live in. That is like living dead. And it means they exist and you can see them walking around, but they only live temporary here. They don't live for a long time. They can live until they are 100, of course, but they don't live in afterlife. They are only placed here to try to stop us, to understand afterlife and God, and to understand who am God, and understand this, that Jesus was in a limit. He had a body, so he couldn't live more than around 100 years old, and then he couldn't exist anymore in the body form. So you need to understand the real difference between the life of the body and the life of the soul and the spirit. There is no existence for a long time if you only are in your body and never want to be in the spirit. And I know that the enemies, they have tried to make you scared about the spirit life, because they don't want you to make a place inside you for the spirit to come in and talk to you. That scares many people about this unknown thing that can happen to them. They know what they have here and now, what they can see and hear and touch. But it is losing their control over what they think they have control over. They don't have the control at all, but they think they have the control because they can see it and they can hear it and they can touch it and smell it. All these senses that we have, but they have not working with the most important sense is the spirit, to be in the spirit. And I know it have caused me problems now because I am too much into the spirit than I am in the world. But I prefer to be in the spirit than in the world. I don't want to be there, but I need to be in the world to not lose the contact with the life here on earth. And because then it's time for me to go. If I only be in the spirit world, that I can't do. And that is hard for my body, that it can't shake it loose, the spirit in me. But I need to wait for heaven to call me back, and it have coming more in my mind, in my thinking, and I don't know really why it have coming now lately. This experience I had that I told you about when I was in a church, that I worship very much. I was into, I didn't know if Jesus was God, and I asked many times God to tell me if Jesus was God, because I lived in that church, kind of church that they thought that Jesus was God. So I needed to talk to God about it and not accept what the church was saying. And then I was worshipping, and suddenly when everyone was on their way to go away from go out from the church, and it was a famous preacher. His last name, sure name, is Christmas. That's why I remember him. And he came to me when I was worshipping, stretched out my hands up in the air, and then he bowed down to me and he said to me, he had a microphone in his hand so people could hear it. "You really love God," he was saying to me when I worshiping. And suddenly, when he went away from me, I was like had glue under my shoes. I couldn't move. I wanted to move back to the chair where I was sitting at before I go to the altar and worshiping, and I couldn't, and I knew what happened around me, and I saw that everyone was going home, but I couldn't move. I was standing with my hands up in the air, and it was 2 people left with blankets, and they were waiting for me to stop worshipping, but I was not worshipping anymore. It was only that I couldn't move my body, and suddenly it's open a hole in the air in the church, and suddenly it was arms, very white arms, that come and took my hands and hold me and tried to pull me into that hole their arms was from. And as I had glue under my feet, I understand it looked like I was flying in the air, and I heard the woman that was behind me. She asking the man, "What happened? What's going on?" She said. So I wish I knew how she saw it, but I couldn't talk to them because they were gone when I turned around. But she asked, scared, what's going on? And then the man, I didn't know it was a man, but I heard it was a man voice. And the man say, oh, it happens sometimes, he say to her. So he tried to calm her down to not believe in it. And so they went away because I didn't need a blanket. Because when I was standing and couldn't move, I heard God telling me. He said, I asked God, let me start to could move again. I said to him in my mind, but I couldn't. And then I heard God talking to me, and he said, tell me how much you love me, he said to me. So I started to tell him how much I love him for a long time, talking all kind of love to God. And then suddenly I come loose from this glue and from the hand that was stretching after me. And I understand today that they stretch for me, those that was in the afterlife, they stretch for me. I was thinking it was evil things, but I know today it was the afterlife. They knew what should happen in the future, and they were thinking it was too much for me to could handle. So they wanted to pull me in to heaven again. They want me to come back to heaven because it was too hard for me. And it was. As I am sick today, I have scars inside me that I got from this walking I did to learn about God and afterlife. And then it was I hope it was another time those arms was coming out from a hole and wanted to pull me back to heaven. And it was when I was living with those Muslims in Virginia Beach in United States. And they were very evil to me, those Muslims. And I had it very hard life to live with them. And it was in this holy month, a Muslim holy month, Ramadan. And the man in the house, he was up the whole night long in prayer. And he had the door open of some reason. Maybe it was for me to be Muslim like that. And I went out one night to the bathroom, and I saw him praying. You know this, that they have their face into the floor, bowing down. And then suddenly, when I had been to the bathroom, it was, I live on the second floor in that house. Then when I come out from the bathroom, suddenly it was a white cloud that come out from the wall. From my bedroom was at that wall, and I tried to not walk into that cloud. So I turn to the left side, and the left side there were the stairs down to the first floor. So I fall a little in the stairs, but I could hold me so I didn't fall the whole stairs down. So I think the man saw it, because next day he had with him a picture that he placed just on that place where the white cloud came out. So I think it was not an accident, it was something he saw. And I asked him what it says, because it was written in Arabic, and it was something about protection. But when I lay down in the bed that night, suddenly I wake up that it was a little sound like someone wanted to come in, and it was where it was not like a fan there, but it was a net, a window with net on it, and it was arms that wanted to break it, to come into my bedroom. And I was very scared, because they tried to come in, but they couldn't. So this was once again that those from afterlife wanted me to come back to heaven, but they were stopped, because I needed to do what I still are on my way to do. I don't know anything about the future, what afterlife and God want me to do more. I don't know what to do tomorrow, for example. I don't know. I live after what they tell me what I should do. I gave my life to them in year 2000, because I was thinking I should have killed myself. I should have been dead. And the higher priest that come first, he saved my life. So they wanted me to do more than what I have done in my life until year 2000. As they come and talk to me, and I changed my way to live and left everything behind me. And I know today the life I had before year 2000 was evil, much more evil than what I have met after 2000. It have been people that tried to kill me after year 2000, but it was a way for those in afterlife and God to teach me to rely on them, that no one should kill me because they protected me. But I didn't know that in that time it happened. So I was very scared. And these things I have been through, it was what I was going to the doctor to talk about, but he only check out what he can see on my body, and that's my legs. But that is good also, that he take care of my legs, so I don't be disabled, paralyzed, or they cut my legs because they are so ill. So he want to heal my legs, but I want him to talk about my brain, because he was talking to me today, the doctor, and I check it out when I come home. I sit and did some Google on it, and I find out more like he only talk those big things, but I wanted to know details about what he was telling me. So I sit at my computer and check it out, and everything that I read about was that I am full of stress, but not the normal stress. It's stress that have like gluing in. I have it forever, this stress, and it's very hard to take that stress away. I have only thinking, when I come back to Sweden in 2004, after have been homeless in the United States for 3.5 years, I knew that I have post-traumatic disease, but I didn't know that it was worse than that. That's what I could touch, that I had post-traumatic distress because of everything that happened in the United States, and I was not thinking that stress I had already as a child, because I was 8 years old when I had high blood pressure, and that is not the normal for a child to have high blood pressure. So that I had it from the start because of my most was it about my brother that was so evil, but my adopted sister, she pushed me out in the street so a truck killed me, but God come down to me and healed me and make me come alive again. But she killed me, and my brother tried to kill me also, and did many bad things to me. And my mother, she had her own problems, so she took drugs. And my father, he was never at home, because he was drunk and he was working. We had lots of money, and he earned very much money, but he was drinking up the money. So when we be a little older, we children, our mother needed to go out and working, because she didn't get money to buy her own, for her clothes and clothes for us, those things, because our father was so selfish and only sit at a restaurant with famous people and was drinking up all the money. So there was no one there in my family to protect me. So I got this stress inside my body already as a child. So it is only a miracle from God that can help me to take away this stress that make me get diabetes. And with diabetes I got psoriasis, and my pancreas is bad, and my legs are bad, and I have high blood pressure. I got more medicine today for my high blood pressure because it was still high. And I think the doctor can't take it down with medicine. I need really sit and talk about my life with someone that answer me. No, I give out from myself to you, but you can't help me so I can get back from you what you hear and what you know, what I can do to help myself in this stress. You it's a spirit coming, because it's tough. It's hard for me to say that to you, because I'm so loving and kindly person. But it is this, that you only ask God, what can you do for me? You never ask God, what can I do for you, God? And it's same with me. You say inside yourself, you say, what can she do for me? But you have never. It's some people that have support me with money, and I'm thankful for that. But I need also support with that you ask me question, that you send me emails and ask me questions, so I maybe can understand where I'm coming from in that worldly way. That why can't I take out all this stress from my body? I try the best I can to take away the stress, but it's like needed a miracle to really take it away, so I be free from this illness in my whole body. So it's hard for me to say this. So I got a little help from a spirit. She looked like an angel, and she have this red blonde hair, a little curly, not small curly, but curly hair, like if you remember Shirley Temple, the when she was child, with curly hair, and she have a white dress on her, and she not walking, she's flying, but not with wings. she's only exist in the air. That's what she is, and she's on her way out. And she make me to remember this. I have talked to you about those red hair spirit people that are coming to my home. They come. It's maybe more than 10 years ago. They come to me, but it was like a family, a man and a woman and a child that was red hair. And I understand today that it's angels. Those angels have blonde red hair. It's someone asking why they look like that and why don't they look like brown skin and black hair and like that. It's because they are not a body. They are not body, so you can't compare like that. That is some. This episode, there is many people that listen at it, and they listen at this episode in other time than just now, and I know already what they are going to ask about, and they ask why are they not black in the skin or black hair, and I have told you that is my ancestors. I have some people with other color in the skin in my family tree, but they are not many. But it have coming. Sometimes it have coming brown, black skinned people, and also those that have light brown skin. And from India I have had coming, and they have no white skin. It's most, I assume it's about that where they're coming from in my family tree. That's why I start to be sleepy now, because it's soon 1 o'clock in the night. So I thank you for listening, and I hope you can do some support to me. So God bless you.